as a government official, would have said, back off. Let us work with ICE. Let's cooperate with them. Let's see if we can't de-escalate this. But Attorney General, you did the exact opposite. And 2 people are dead because you encouraged them to put themselves into harm's way. And now you're exploiting those 2 martyrs. That was a tragedy.
That was Wisconsin fascist Senator Ron Johnson trying to gaslight the ever-living fuck out of us by blaming Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison that it was Ellison's fault that Renee Nicole Good and Alex Preddy were killed by ICE goons during Operation Metro Surge. Hi, my name is Suri Crow, and you are watching the Midas Touch Network.
Some public safety threats and other priorities since this surge operation began, as well as the unprecedented levels of coordination we have obtained from state officials and local law enforcement. I have proposed, and President Trump has concurred, that this surge operation conclude.
Well, despite what Ham had said, Minnesota is not okay. Many of the cameras, reporters, and eyes of the nation moved on to other stories, and some of those stories were really worth attention. But the state regime occupation of Minnesota never slowed down. And in fact, Minnesotans have been telling me they don't believe that Trump and Homan ever withdrew the 700 ICE agents that they claimed they did. In fact, Minnesotans have been telling me that the ICE occupation in that state got much worse.
And in St. Paul, we are at the point where people are starting to be hidden in other people's homes. I'd been wondering when this would happen, and I was talking to someone on Friday and they shared that they are doing this and that they know that they're not the only ones. And so I don't share this to spread more fear, but if you're waiting for the bottom to fall out, I think we're really close, and I can feel the eyes on our cities leaving. And I just share this to try to bring them back because the stakes are so high. And while there might be a narrative that things have gone softer, that it's less hostile, that it's less dangerous, that is not what we are experiencing here.
So now we have this statement or claim that DHS is drawing down the numbers of ICE agents there. Minnesotans tell me that they will believe it when they see it. But even if that is the case, the damage is already done.
And I guess they'll go wherever they're going to go. But the fact of the matter is, they left us with deep damage, generational trauma. They left us with economic ruin in some cases. They left us with many unanswered questions. Where are our children? Where and what is the process of the investigations into those that were responsible for the deaths of Renee and Alex?
Ah, yes, Renee and Alex. Remember last week when we heard that the Trump regime was going to cooperate and share information and evidence on the scenes of both of their murders? That's my word. Yeah, well, it hasn't happened. I've been talking to the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, also known as BCA. And as of February 12th, BCA tells me that their investigators have yet to receive access to any crime scene evidence by the FBI or DHS. But sure, it's all Attorney General Keith Ellison's fault, right, Senator?
Let us work with ICE. Let's cooperate with them. Let's see if we can't de-escalate this. But Attorney General, you did the exact opposite. And 2 people are dead because you encouraged them to put themselves into harm's way. And now you're exploiting those 2 martyrs.
Oh, so it's all about cooperation, is it, Senator Johnson, as the Trump regime has shown itself to be so willing to do? You see, the Republicans are fascists. They are not our friends. And we need to continually remind our elected representatives of that there is no more friends across the aisle. And no better example of the congressional hearings we've seen lately with people like Ron Johnson and others, just absolutely gaslighting and ignoring the atrocities happening in America. And, on the same day that these Metro Surge drawdown statements went out, Minnesotans tell me that ICE agents were seen crawling all over the Hennepin County Medical Center, even refusing to leave critically ill patients' bedsides, standing there armed, which is a violation of HIPAA. Healthcare workers describe feelings of intimidation and fear, as you can imagine, of just trying to go to work at the hospital to care for, sick people. For example, this is from Minnesota Public Radio. One hospital worker said that concerns were so grave that she started to carry her proof of identity on her. She tells NPR that she's been carrying her documentation in a Ziploc storage bag since February of 2025. And she says, I have my blood papers. I have my tribal papers. I have my birth certificate. I'm literally indigenous to this land, but I have to carry all of my documentation because I know they will take me too. This is an indigenous woman. Like, she is the first American. Her people are the first Americans. And these ICE goons have been kidnapping Native Americans, going in and kidnapping them away from tribal areas. They want to go right in onto the tribal areas.